What up? It's Enigma Hood. So, turns out there was a rumor going around that Joel Osteen left the church and he renounced his religion. Now you might be wondering, who the fuck is Joel Osteen? He's just some Christian guy who he's leader of some mega church. And as far as I'm concerned, all that is just a giant cult. And he makes money off of talking and being an inspiration to people and being a motivational speaker. As far as I can tell, he's not like one of those psycho faith healer guys that goes, "Hallelujah, hallelujah, you're good now, motherfucker, hallelujah." He's not doing that. But, you know, it's almost like it doesn't even matter. I've realized early on that these motherfuckers are willing to do anything in order to make money. And what they did was they figured out a good way to make money. You make money off of religion. But apparently this was a hoax. It happened on April 1st. Big fucking surprise, okay? You read about something that happens on April 1st. Of course it's a hoax. So he affirms his belief, his faith in God, despite the fact that there's absolutely no scientific evidence for it. So that kind of makes me wonder, you know, how many of these people are actually atheists, but they're continuing to do this religious stuff because they're making tons and tons of money off of religion. And that's exactly what Joel Osteen is doing. Yeah, maybe he might not be as bad as someone like Peter Popoff or Cy Bedindicator or Eric Hovind, but he is still making money off of religion. And as far as I'm concerned, that ain't good. Okay, make a decent, honest living. You don't make a living off of taking advantage of people's fairy tale beliefs. I actually think that Eric Hovind, who is the son of convicted fraudster Ken Hovind, is actually an atheist. Because he said in an interview or in some kind of like talk show or some shit, he said that he knows that you can't win a debate with an atheist using logical arguments. He's convinced of that position, that you can't win. So what does he do? He then goes towards presuppositionalist apologetics. And that's actually also a fallacy, because it's a two wrongs make a right fallacy, actually. The whole premise, the whole essence of the argument is actually to convince your opponent that he's just as bad as Eric Hovind is. And since he's just as bad as Eric Hovind is, that means that he's two wrongs make a right. That's not how it works. Even if it were true that his opponent, who might be an atheist, is being illogical and irrational, that does not mean that his position, that God exists, and he's using circular reasoning to arrive at that conclusion, that doesn't justify or validate that position. But that aside, I actually do think that Eric Hovind is an atheist. I think the only reason why he's doing this whole religious stuff is because he's making tons and tons of money off of it. And it's part of the family business. What else is he going to do? He has no formal education in anything else. His father's in prison, currently serving 10 years for tax fraud. What else is he going to do? People are willing to do anything in order to make money. That includes using religion in order to do it. And I know this because I can empathize. If you're making tons of money, wouldn't you do the same thing? Wouldn't you say, "Oh yeah, I believe in God, and here's all the irrational reasons why God exists. I buy all of our cheap, crappy merchandise." He sells so much crap on their fucking website. And the Dinosaur Adventureland bullshit, all these stupid theme parks that espouse creation, because they know there's so many dumb people in America. If there's a market for it, you appeal to the market and you sell products. It's the oldest fucking trick in the book. And what do you always do? The number one rule in business, you never say anything bad about your product. And their product is none other than Christianity and creationism. They're never, ever say anything bad about that stuff. They have not only an emotional invested interest in it, they have a financial invested interest in it. And as far as I'm concerned, Joel Osteen's the same fucking thing. I don't know, maybe he's not like so fucking crazy as Eric Hovind and Cyberdindicator or Peter Popoff with the scams, but he's still scamming people, using people's irrational beliefs to sell them all this motivational, hey, you guys can do it! All you gotta do is just listen to my advice and trust in God. Fuck you. Just live your life. Be a good person. You don't need to buy these morons' stupid merchandise. That's what I gotta say about it. This is Enigma Hut signing off.